Welcome to the Bendito Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. This might be one of the biggest falls from grace in the history of sports media. Not only the biggest, the quickest. Not only the quickest, there are so many twists and turns and bendies and U-turns and reverses and forwards to this story. Disgraced ESPN fantasy football expert Matt Miller, he's going through a tough 2026. 3 weeks ago, it was reported he got into a brutal car accident. Brutal car accident. The sympathy's pouring in. Oh, best wishes, Matt. Hope you pull through. Fair enough. It was reported that he has to get his arm cut off due to the accident. Damn, arm cut off. Then a few days later, it's being reported that he's getting investigated for defrauding customers. He's getting investigated for scamming customers as part of his fantasy football scam. Then a few days later, he's getting investigated by the Missouri Attorney General about these football scams. Then the following day, the GoFundMe that he started to cover his surgeries, well, that GoFundMe no longer exists, and now it's under a new name. And now, 3 weeks after the accident, we get dash cam footage of this accident, and this guy was either texting and driving, banging his mistress and driving, swerved into the other lane, clearly not paying attention. The only way you do that is if you're texting and driving, clearly not paying attention to the road. There's been no police report saying, oh, he was tired, he was dozing off. Nope, none of that. Swerving into the other side of the road, going head on with a semi-truck. And a lot of people's reactions are, thank God that was a semi-truck and not a family of 4. Thank God that was a semi-truck and not a family of 5. Thank God that was a semi-truck and not a newlywed couple. Thank God that was a semi-truck and not a couple of teenagers on their way home from high school. Because if that wasn't a semi-truck, there could be some casualties from what transpired. Let's get right into it, shall we? I've ranted enough. Like the video, hype the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. ESPN NFL draft analyst Matt Miller's horrific car crash captured on video. Video by the New York Post. Let's take a look. Boom. Now, the driver of that semi-truck was okay, but as we know, Matt Miller's car was destroyed. Matt Miller himself ejected from his car. This was a serious accident, folks. I know from this dash cam, it doesn't look as serious, but that's because this is a semi-truck. These things are built like tanks. Wait until you see what his car looked like after this accident. Look, just swerving into his lane, not paying attention, not focusing. Look at that. Look how far we are from that car. Folks, at this point, if you're paying attention, you're already moving back. If you're not texting, you're already moving back. You're already getting back. And he just keeps drifting further and further into the semi-truck's way. Boom. Matt Miller's car got destroyed. Matt Miller's arm got amputated. He had tons of surgeries. We're going to get into him talking about his surgeries. After this footage came out, that sympathy card that he was playing, unfortunately, it's ran dry. ESPN NFL draft analyst Matt Miller's horrific car crash, which left him with amputated arm, captured on video. In the footage, which was obtained by the California Post on Tuesday, Miller's blue 2023 Ford Bronco could be seen traveling on a Jasper County, Missouri roadway at around 3:50 p.m. on June 17th when it suddenly veered over the center line and collided with an oncoming truck. The semi appeared to try to move out the way, but when it did maneuver quickly enough, both vehicles collided. Miller's Bronco, according to pictures of the crash site that were also obtained by the Post on Tuesday, skidded several yards before it came to a halt in a patch of grass. Missouri State Highway Patrol officials wrote in crash report that Miller had been properly wearing a seatbelt, but during the crash and due to the extensive damage on his car, the belt was cut and Miller was ejected. A witness officials wrote in the report described the scene as terrifying. Look at this fucking car. Holy shit. I was leaving my sister's house, the witness said. I might have been 100 yards behind. I witnessed the Bronco just a hard swerve into the semi's lane. The semi tried to swerve and made contact. I haven't ever seen a car explode like that. I ran to the Bronco and there was no one in the vehicle. I heard groaning behind me. Look at the damage to that car. Folks, if this hit anything other than that semi truck, whoever's in the other car very well could be unalived. Very well could have gotten killed. And that's the thought a lot of people are going through right now. It's not even about Matt Miller. It's like, thank God it was a semi-truck that he decided to crash into and not an actual minivan. Look at this car. Fucking destroyed. Fucking destroyed. I saw a man laying in the grass. I called 911. Miller suffered gruesome injuries, including a compound fracture of his left femur, a shattered left kneecap, and multiple broken ribs. Holy fuck. According to a GoFundMe his family set up in his honor following the accident, he also lost a significant amount of blood and had to have his left arm amputated. The driver of the truck was not injured and not under the influence of alcohol or marijuana. Good for him. Miller made a few public statements in the wake of his accident, most recently writing on X. He undergone several surgeries and was stepping away indefinitely from his role at ESPN. And there's the truck. Even the truck got destroyed a little bit. Man. Missouri State General has opened an investigation into the claims. Social media users came forward to claim he withheld prize money and or charitable payments from him. So he started up a GoFundMe, right? His world's now coming crashing down. No pun intended. His world's now coming crashing down. His world is now caving in, right? So here we go. We have the footage. Then Matt Miller, about a week or so after. Last week I was involved in a serious car accident in Missouri and was airlifted to Mercy Hospital. As a result of the accident, I sustained significant injuries, including multiple fractures and broken ribs. I also underwent a life-saving amputation of my arm. Thank you for the overwhelming support. I started a GoFundMe. I look forward to covering my recovery and being back to ESPN. Then he gives us exactly what happened. All right, we're doing the sympathy. Again, I'm glad this guy's alive. First things first, glad this guy's alive. But when you see the dash cam footage and you see it was his fault, his doing, not paying attention, being careless on the road, a lot of that sympathy goes out the wall, goes out the window. 50 units of blood, life-saving brachial surgery, compound femur surgery, shattered patella surgery, shoulder surgery to fuse scapula and clavicle together while harvesting nerves, plus some broken ribs. A quick update. I'm stepping away. Now, before he stepped away, he started stepping in it. Before he stepped away, he started stepping in it. The Oath announcing team looked into the swirling accusations around Matt Miller. Miller was the commissioner for 91 leagues this past season. Many people were paid in the days, weeks leading up to his crash. ESPN employees were contacted about Miller's payment issues. People had issues collecting services promised to them as far back as 2017. 2017. He's taking people's money and he's not paying it back. Now also, could this have been some type of pyramid scheme, some type of Bernie Madoff scam? You pay me and I use the funds that you give me, I take a cut and I pay back somebody else. Not a pyramid scheme. I'm blanking on the type of scam that is. Quote, it was so long ago, but I was graduating from college and thought, hey, maybe I could work in scouting. This guy has a career in media doing scouting and he's offering to mentor people. Yes, I had to pay for it, but it was for charity. I wanted to get my foot in the door and make a contact, so I was excited. So he's taking people's money, claiming it's for charity. Meanwhile, he's pocketing the funds. We spoke on the phone for 5 minutes, and then when it came time for me to schedule my lessons, that just became a circular process of me sending emails and DMs, but nothing happened. I felt bad asking for the money back and just hoped he'd follow up at some point. He never did. It's $500 taken from one person. Now you have 91 leagues. I don't know how big the leagues are. Let's say 91 leagues, 8 to 20 people. Well, you start doing the math. Year after year after year after year. A nearly 10-year scam. Then Missouri's Attorney State General, Catherine Hanaway, opens up an official investigation into ESPN's Matt Miller. A day after the investigation was opened up, He pauses his GoFundMe. And now it's under a Kathy Miller and not a Matt Miller. This is insane. I'm just glad it was a semi and not a mom with 2 kids in a minivan. This dude made a GoFundMe for either being buzzed or texting while driving and getting into an accident. This is why I despise these 2-lane back roads, literally counting on every single person you pass to not drive distracted and to maintain their lanes. It was completely Matt Miller's fault. Good job on the 18-wheeler. This guy says, I don't know Matt Miller, but the video looks like someone who's purposely going to crash head on and had second thoughts. Imagine he already knew that the buzz, that Missouri State General, was going to start crashing down on him. Folks, if this is 91 leagues over 10 years, $1,000 a pop, this could be a $500,000 to $1 million scam. Is there a world out there while he was looking to unalive himself? Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. He tried to off himself and failed, and all you idiots are donating to him. Wow. Matt Miller should go to jail. So he was on his phone and put other people in danger. He should have, without taking other people into account. Scam order. People are thinking this is part of the scam. This is more of the scam. He's trying to stop himself from the S word. Wow. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like the video, hype the video, subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. See you next time, and as always, take it easy.